Hi everybody, it's Lady of Huntington. Just letting you know I'm going to be doing a baking and a cooking day today. So we are going to be making a few different things. We are going to be making some lemon cupcakes, and we're going to put the lemon curd in the center of the cupcakes, and then we're going to put a meringue on the top, so which makes it like a lemon, what do you call it? A lemon meringue cupcake, let's call it, because that's probably exactly what it is. So that's one of my husband's favorites, so we'll be doing that. We'll also be making some chili con carne, which is for dinner tonight. We'll do some cookies, and we'll also be making some danishes. The danishes we're making today, we're actually making them from scratch, and they're going to have be filled with a custard and some fruit of some description. I haven't decided which ones yet, but it actually takes 2 days to make these, because the length of time it actually takes to make the actual pastry for these danishes. And then we need to also to make a custard filling as well. So they are absolutely delicious, and if you have got time, I suggest you stay around to watch that, because you're going to absolutely love them. If you love danishes with custard and whatnot throughout, and if you've had the proper ones, you'll know exactly what I mean. These are to die for. They are delicious. So we're going to be making those also. We'll put some soup on, and we'll do some bread as well. So it's going to be a busy, fun-filled day. It's probably going to be a long and tiring day also, so I might not be smiling by the end of it, but anyhow, hope you guys actually come along for the ride and join us as we make our pastries and things like that, and actually do some cooking as well. So talk to you soon. Okay guys, so let's start anyhow. We're going to start our cooking, and we're going to start with doing, pop that down so you can see a little bit more, doing our cupcakes. And we're actually cheating. We're doing with a cake mix because I have them on hand, so we're going to use these. As I say, this is my husband's favorite, so he really enjoys these, and I can't make this actual batter without using this. It's because I just don't know a recipe for it. But anyhow, so we put that in, and then we need to add 100 mils of vegetable oil, already pre-measured. So we pop that in, 220 mils of lukewarm water. So I've got that here also. Pop it in an electric mixer and mix for 1 minute. So we'll get that started. 1 minute on medium speed, and then again, 1 minute, and then on medium speed for 3 minutes. So we just kind of let it do its thing, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. But can you see in there well enough? I think you can see the actual mixer attachment that I normally use has, I can't seem to find it. It's actually got a like a rubber piece on the side of it, so when it goes around, it actually collects everything from the side, so it continually mixes in from the side. But anyhow, this will be fine, so we'll let this do its thing. So that's why I say this is going to be a nice, quick and easy one. The only thing is, I cannot for the life of me find my ice cream scoop. I think the one I had broken, and we may have actually thrown it out, and that's what I usually use to gauge the same amount going into each patty tin. Rather. So let's turn this up now to medium. We'll let that go there for about 3 minutes. What we can do is get out our tray, and then we can start popping our pop our baking cups inside. Yeah, so they'll be ready for it, and then we've just got to pop them in, and then pop it in the oven. So what's everybody up to today? Are you all having a baking day as well? Do you like these little cups? They're really quite cute. They're nice and strong, so they're good ones to actually, if you don't have a cupcake tray, to be able to actually hold the mixture nice and easily without it collapsing, if you just want to put it on a tray itself. So let's move these babies out of the way. Pop the oven on. Okay, the oven's on 180. That's looking good. It's all in. Managed to sort of get itself all in there nicely mixed up. I need a couple of spoons considering I don't have my ice cream scoop to be able to get it all out. So we'll just use this. What's your favourite cupcake? Do you even like cupcakes? Do you make them for your children? Do you actually decorate them and do the centres and whatnot? Be interested to hear what you guys actually do. So if you'd like to share, by all means pop it down in the comments below so we can all get some ideas and whatnot from you. Our channel is not just my channel, it is for all of us to actually come together and give each other ideas. Kind of want it to become like a little community where you can all come in and have a bit of a chat to each other and get to know each other, go and you know, recommend other people's channels and so forth. If you haven't been to Simply Sarah's channel, go and have a look at her. She's got a great little cooking channel that she does with her husband. She does some great little recipes. I actually tried her macaroni and cheese, and that was really nice. Whoops, we're sort of losing over filling things. And for those of you who don't know, I actually have MS. So there are days when I'm feeling really good and, you know, really look forward to cooking and things like that. And there are days when I just can't cook. I have MS, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue and all those sorts of things that go along with having MS. So my hands are really quite numb. So if you're wondering why I'm sort of spilling things out the side, that is why, because it's you know, I'm holding them as well as I think I am, and then until something actually goes pear-shaped, and that's when I realise, oh, maybe I wasn't holding that as well as what I should be. But anyhow, it is what it is at the end of the day. So these guys, this will probably, it's going to make more than the 12. I think from memory it used to make about 18 or so. But it's certainly a really nice cake mixture. You can see how thick it is. And if you don't know, I'm actually in Australia, in Tasmania, which is right down the bottom of Australia. It's usually the little heart-shaped island that often gets missed out on maps and so forth. I kind of forget about it all the way down here. So it's a nice little area to live. It's got a lot of untouched areas, if you like that sort of thing. We actually live on about 10 acres here, and if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, we're actually building our house and living in it while we do so, while we actually work 7 days a week. We own a construction company, so we're really quite busy. We're very time poor, and we've been doing this, guys, for about 9 years, or 9 years this year. So it's not a short process by any means. Now I'm going to pop these ones in the oven. As you can see, they're all filled, so I'll pop them in the oven. My cleaners came the other day and cleaned the oven completely. So it's absolutely wonderful. Nice to have a nice clean oven to bake in. Okay, we might get another, I don't know if we'll get another 6, but we'll use those ones. We'll tray out. These are the jumbo cupcakes. We're certainly not making, it's a muffin tray, it's actually a jumbo muffin tray. I'm just using it because it was the quickest to grab. So we'll just continue on putting these in. And then that'll be one thing cooked. And then I think we might do the bread. I might take that out of there. And I think, we'll do the bread because we'll, oh, come out, guys. There we go, turning it the wrong way. Because that might, will take a little while. They smell nice and coconutty. Do you like coconut? I like a little bit of it. I don't like a lot, but I do like these cupcakes. They are really, really nice. I've got a nice subtle flavour of the actual lemon through them as well. But when you put the lemon curd in, it's really nice. When you take a bite and you're not just getting cake, you're getting a filling as well, which is really nice. Another 6. There we go. So it's made us 18 all up. My daughter and boyfriend are her boyfriend are here at the moment. So I'm moving out to the house that my daughter built next week. So they're off packing up things. So no doubt I don't think these cupcakes are going to last very long. Okay, let's pop those ones into the oven as well. Okay guys, so now we're going to do the bread, and we're going to be using the recipe on the back of here, the crusty white loaf. So it's telling us we need 3 1/4 cups of the bread flour, which is inside this packet obviously, 1 satchel of dried yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 1/3 cups of lukewarm water, and 1 lightly beaten egg. As I said to you earlier, I'm going to try doing it in the bread maker. So let's get started with this one and see how this goes. Now my bread maker, we always put in the yeast first. So I'm going to do everything as per my instructions, or what I've been doing for all these years. So we're going, if it turns out it does, if not, well, that's absolutely fine. It's a little bit of an experiment. So let's see how we go. We always put the yeast in first, then the flour, water goes in last. So we'll do the same sort of principle. So then we want 3 1/3 cups of flour. So this is 1 cup measurement. So we'll go this way. 3 of these. Pop it in. A little bit, not much. Gosh, it takes a bit to come out. 2, I kind of don't want to wriggle it too much because I don't want it to all come out and overflow to the top. So there's our 3 1/3. Probably should use a 1/3, shouldn't I? And 1/3. Oh, it's fairly close anyhow. Lucky I stopped when I did. Hello?
Hello.
The 1/3 cup goes in. That's our flour done. Okay, let's see what else we need. Combine the flour, yeast, done that, salt. So we want salt, so let's get 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay guys, I'm back. We needed to add, and I was waiting for my teaspoons to finish in the dishwasher. So we needed to add 2 teaspoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt. So this is my teaspoon. So we need 2 teaspoons of salt. Our cupcakes are ready to come out of the oven also. They're browning up on there, so I'll grab those out. 2 salt. There we go, 2 salt, 2 sugar. Have some sugar in this little container. 2 salt, 2 sugar, a lightly beaten egg, which I've already lightly beaten. So that pops in there as well. And then we need 1 and 1/3 cups of lukewarm water. I have already measured those out, so we'll bring this over here. And it's 1/3, and this is 1 cup. Alright, so we have everything, as you can see, in here. We'll go across, let me see if I can manage to show you. Over here is where my bread maker is, so we'll pop across here. Pop that in. Of course it's not plugged in. Let me stop you there and we will go and plug it in. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is we just pop this down into here, pull it out, it makes a perfect little circle. Pop that down, and then these you can just eat. This just allows us to have our room to put in, oh, come on, grab it. To put our filling. It's as simple as that. These this actual cake has got it's almost like a macaroni top. They get quite, they're really delicious. They're quite, as I say, almost like a macaroon on the top. So it's a little bit of a harder top to get through, but so super moist inside. It's absolutely beautiful. But I think that's just got to do with the coconut in them. So we'll continue doing this. Oops. We usually have a separate little container to put our little bite pieces in, because they don't last. Everybody loves those as well. Look it out. Really, really simple. We lost a little cake on the over the side there. Don't want to do that. Don't come in. Don't come in. Don't come in. And so when you actually bite in, you get this lovely filling. We put lots of different fillings in and lots of different tops with different cakes, but with this coconut cake, we always do the same. We do a chocolate one as well, and then we'll put Nutella on the inside, or a Nutella or a chocolate or something on the inside. But we'll make those another time. Okay guys, so they're all ready to be filled. We now need to make the actual lemon curd to go inside. So okay guys, in here we're actually making the lemon curd. So we've got 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks. We have some caster sugar, and we're going to take that over to the stove and continue whisking that on the stove while it comes to the boil. And then we're going to add in our butter and our lemon juice, which will make our lemon curd. Okay guys, now we're actually making our meringue. So our egg whites are in there. We're actually beating those up slightly now, and I'm going to be adding the rest of the sugar gradually until it forms peaks and is very nice and smooth. Sorry if it's a bit noisy. Getting nice and glossy. All our sugar gone. Okay, we'll just have a look and see if we're forming peaks as yet. And we are. Just have a feel to see if it's not grainy. Let's do it for a little bit longer. We need it really nice and thick because we're going to actually pipe this onto the top of the cake. That's right now. Yep, that's nice. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll turn you off so you don't hear this banging. Okay guys, so we're back. We've actually done the meringue on top of the cupcakes now, and the lemon curd's done. I'm just doing these little meringue things just to go in the oven, just to use up the rest of the actual meringue itself. So instead of throwing it away, might as well use it. I found my blowtorch, which I could not recall where it was. I have found it, but I can't seem to get it working now, so I need that working to be able to do the actual, what do you call it, the, to blow the top of the meringue. Anyhow, we'll work something out. These are not the neatest. As you know, with my hands, I can't really feel them. Almost to the end. Okie dokie, you can finish having your lunch now.
Ooh.
Just using the last of it. There we go. That's a funny looking one, isn't it? Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, this little baby does not want to work. So we've gone with the big daddy. So let's give this a go. We've done a little bit already. Voila! Okay, so we're up to our chili con carne. So we're browning the mince as it says in the recipe, and then that's going to go into the cuisine companion, and along with all the other things, and then we're going to pop it on and allow it to cook by itself to infuse all those flavours throughout. We'll be back. Okay, everybody, we're going to get on and do the two bean chili con carne. So we need 1 onion and a capsicum. I showed you earlier that the mince has been browning. It is actually now all brown. So I thought it's a good time to chop up our onions. We only need 1 onion, so we'll chop this up. And if you haven't seen this little machine before, I use it all the time. One of my daughters brought it for me, my youngest, I think it was, because I find it difficult, obviously, to cut things with my hands due to them being numb. And I tell you what, it's one of the greatest little contraptions that I have ever had. So we just cut these into quarters, pop them in there. We'll have that back. And the same with this little fella. Oh. See, silly hands. Anywho. And then we just cut off the top and bottom of our capsicum. Oops, chop my fingers while I'm here. Wouldn't be the first time. I don't usually know that I've actually hurt myself or cut myself until such time as I start bleeding. So it's always a good idea not to do that. A couple of little seeds aren't really going to matter. But I'll get most of them off. I just like to cut them up a little bit just to give this little machine a little bit of a go. But it is very, very strong. I guess that's probably one of the reasons I love it. What you do is pop your top on and pop this little bit on here. Now, watch out for the noise because it is quite noisy. Let me just, I'll mute that when I put it on. How quick and easy that was. Perfect, that's all done. Let me get this out. Alrighty, so we're going to, this is our bowl that we're using for our cuisine companion. So it's got just like an attachment, which is just the blade. It's not a blade, sorry, it just goes around and around, so if it needs to stir, it can do. So get all this out. And I'll go and grab the mince, and that will go in here as well. What you're doing is putting everything in together now, and then popping it on and waiting for it to cook. I'll just be back with the pan. So this is all ready to go. As you can see, all of our mince is nice and brown. Might need to bring that over there a little bit. You want all of the juices and everything to go in with it. So put it all in. And the hardest part of this dish is going to be doing the browning, which we've already done. Move that to the side. Over there. post a video. Alrighty, so that's in there. The garlic, so we've got crushed garlic that we'll use. And we need these tins of things. So let's get our crushed garlic. How much garlic do we need? It says here 2 cloves crushed. So we'll just use a nice couple of big lots. We like garlic, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit too much. Then we need a jar of tomato passata, which is this. If I can get it open. I know, I have a trick. Pierce that. Oh, my silly hands. Let me try with something. There we go. We'll put the whole one of these in. Okay. Then we need 2 cans of kidney beans. And it says liquid reserve from 1 can. I don't know why we need to reserve, but I think it's just because it's going to be too much liquid otherwise. So let's take the liquid out of this one. We'll just pop it in to here. It has quite a bit. Oh, you can't even see that. There you go. Liquid's still coming out. Okay. So 2 tins. And that's 1. 2 tins of red kidney beans. Tick. I've got those in there. And this liquid goes in. That's 2. And then we want 2 cans of cannelloni beans liquid reserved. Okay, have I got they sent us the wrong cannelloni beans? Let me just double check. Cannelloni beans, there. I don't know what the difference is, but anyhow. Well, we'll just, I don't think there's the chickpeas. Hang on, let me just double check. The chickpeas are for another recipe. No. Cannelloni beans. Did it say liquid reserved? And this one as well. Let's. Certainly would have been a lot of liquid, wouldn't it? Okay, so a lot of beans. And the next one. Oh well, as I say, we're trying recipes, and if it's something that we don't like, well, we just won't have it again. Look at all that liquid that's come out of these beans. Alright. I'm just hoping we didn't need the liquid for something, because I've just mixed it all up. But I'm sure I didn't need it anyway there. Okay, so we've done the thing, we've done the garlic, we've done the tomato, we've done the kidney beans, the cannellini. We need 2 teaspoons of chili powder and dry parsley. Chili powder. Chili and parsley. Let's look at the next lot. Chili. I'm just looking for our parsley. There we go. Parsley. Alright, so that one's already open. So chili. 2/3 of a teaspoon. I think we'll just pretty much go with what we want. There we go. A little bit more. Oh, actually, I think that's not a really hot one, but anyway. Now our parsley. How much do we want of that? 3/4 of a teaspoon of parsley. Why don't I just open this one? It says we need oregano and black pepper. Do we have oregano? Yes, we do have oregano. Okay. Open this one also. 1/4 of a teaspoon. And black pepper. And we've got ground, we need to grind that. There it is. Okay guys, that looks to be it. So we've done the mix, cooking that up and pop everything in, including bean liquids, and cover and cook on low. Alrighty guys, over to the machine I go. Okay guys, well our bread turned out really, really well. Lovely and crusty. So I'll certainly be making these again in the in this little pan which goes into our bread maker. Our meringues are done, our little meringues are done, our meringue cupcakes are done, and our chili con carne is also done. So I'm putting it all together shortly.